Hello, captains. This is Kent again, and welcome to the flight show. Well, hot and heavy off the download, I have QualityWings 787 after the update 1.2, which includes the variant, the 787-10. Couldn't wait to get it on, and I got a livery for the new paint scheme of United Airlines, so we are going to be doing a flight. It will be domestic. We're going to do Chicago, Illinois to San Francisco, California. And let's just get in here and see what this plane can do. Alright, so we should be familiar with this to a certain extent. So what we're going to do here is bring up our external power. And now that our external power is on, we can start to prepare the aircraft. Alright, let me go ahead and close this. Alright, so right off the back, let's get down here and let's load our checklists. So pre-flight, I have to do our oxygen tests. Is that thing over here? There we go. Push. Oop, my bad. Okay, got that out of the way. Flight instruments. Let's just say that they're right.
From the flight deck, this is Captain. We'd like to add our welcome aboard today's flight. We're just finishing up our last minute paperwork, and once we've done that, we'll push back. We're estimating an on-time departure. In the cabin today are some of our finest flight attendants who are there for your comfort, but most of all for your safety, so we ask that you give them undivided.
So we'll just hold on to that right now while we get our plane going.
Sit back and relax, and I'll update you on our progress once we're aboard.
So we're going to go with door 2. Confirm. Alright, do your thing. Alright, as much as we'd love to see this, we do have other things we need to be doing. So let's get back in here, bring up this, and open this door, but we're going to also open our cargo. And we're going to go ahead and say, go ahead and do your thing. Excelente. Now let's see, do I need to do an update? Is it going to go to the right door? And it appears that it is getting lined up. So yes, these doors are in the proper place as far as GSX is concerned. Love it! Alright, back to work. Can't be sitting here all day. So what we need to do is get back to this, and we want to load a flight plan. So wait, wrong one. Index flight plans, and we want to go to KORD KORD SFO. Ah, passed it. That's San Diego. We want SFO, which is KORD KSFO 1. That's it right there. And our flight number we will take to be United Airlines 3658. Why? Because I want to. Alright, good deal. Clear that out. Clear that out. Okay, now I'm going to set up my electronic flight bag. Give me one moment. Okay, so the baggage is getting loaded. The passengers are coming on board. I have my electronic flight bag already set up, so let's go ahead and get these waypoints up in here. Since we have our flight plan already loaded, we're going to take off from runway 28 right, and there is no SID, and so now we can go to our arrival, which will be on runway 28 right, and we will be using the DMD5. That's DMD3. So I guess we have no choice but to go with that one, because I do not see any other. Wait, was that it? No, that's DMD3. Alright, close enough. We'll go with that. And our transition is Inyo, however you pronounce that. Whatever. Alright, so we are good to go there. Let's go to our legs. Just do a quick run through. Okay, we have one discontinuity, so we can move that here. Anything else? No. Alright, we're good to go. So now we can move on, activate.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pre-flight checklist.
We'll get to that in a second.
Need to be in the upright position. All
Preference.
brought on board must be securely stowed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin.
Alright, so our cruising altitude is going to be 36,000 feet, so flight level 360.
Personal cellular telephones may be used while parked at the gate with the main cabin.
And our cost index we have calculated to be 40.
For customers seated in a row of seats identified by the words "No
Our
children
reserve
in this row,"
will say
please review the white safety card
10%.
in the pocket in front of you. The use of some portable electronic devices is prohibited.
Will
while
be
on board the
derated
aircraft. Once airborne,
takeoff.
you will be advised for the use of approved devices such as personal computers and compact disc players.
And so our trim,
A complete list of approved devices
and with a
is
flaps
found in
5 we have our V speeds, so we're good there. Excellent. So we will do our pre-start checklist as soon as we get everybody on board. So now we can go to our electronic flight bag and do what we need to do here. So dispatch. Now, we do not have, as of yet, we do not have a file in PFPX for the, for the 787-10. So I'm going to see if I can use the tool for calculation, the tool that comes with it, but it does not give us a way of calculating as some might. So that being said, we're just going to have to go with a -9 and maybe give it a little bit extra because this plane is heavier. So, and I'm totally fine with that. So that being said, let's get to work. We're going to say, let's see, our PFPX says that we should be releasing 67,000. So let's see here. If we go with this, what's our total fuel right now? That's 76. Fuel weight. Let's bring it back a bit. It said that our fuel dispatch is 67. I'm going to go ahead and just make it we'll just make it 72,000. I'm perfectly fine with that. Alright, so set fuel tanks. And now our cargo is set to be 65,000. So let's say our bulk cargo, 0 fuel weight, payload weight, that's 2,000, so let's go ahead and bring that. That's 20,000. And then we can put this in the aft. And they're like, yeah, this is all. Okay, wait. So payload weight, we got 45,000. So we're just going to have to go with a full, that's 47. Wait. I'll go there. You go there. You go there. There we go. And that is close to what it says that we will have in our cargo. So we're essentially saying that we got a full load. Why do you keep jumping? Cut that out. Alright, set payload. Alright, now I have not noticed this before. What is the load agent? Reserve fuel, 45 min. I said 30-30, so really that should be 60 min. This is a new feature. I have to check that out. Load. So what just happened? Oh, wait, we got our passengers. And we have 200. Our passengers are supposed to be 262. So we can bring this back to, let's see, 226 in business. So we will bring this back to 200 and how about I just put you right? Can I do that? Yes, I can. So we will make you 234. Yep, there we go. And what happened to all my, darn you. Just put all you back where I put you. I'll learn how to use that later. Alright, and our fuel, what do we have it as? 90. Fuel is 52, which is totally unacceptable because we said that we need to go to at least, yeah, I'm just going to rock this out with full wing tanks for now until further notice. So set, so much time just in that. Okay, we're good. How are we doing on loading, on boarding? Oh, there, back off. Alright. Come on, color, come on back. Excellent. So we're going to say that we are loaded. So let's do this. Let's turn on the APU. Let that get started. Let's see. What else do we have here? We want to turn on our seat belts. Let's turn on this dome. I could use a little bit brighter in here myself. Alright, looking good. Let's get down to our checklists. Alright, passenger signs are on.
Alright, it'll be a left seat takeoff. Taxi route is brake and see instructions. Standard reject procedures.
They're doing that now.
Via the SID, climb to initial altitude. In the event of an emergency, return will coordinate with ATC. You'll fly the airplane, I'll run the checklist, and coordinate with the air traffic control company and the flight attendants. Any questions?
APU is on, so we can go ahead and remove the external power. Fuel tanks. Alright. We're going to turn on our hydraulics because we're getting ready to back out. One of those on. Alright. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Ground services. Operate jetways. Undock. let us go ahead, and I forgot, close the door.
Before start checklist.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just closed the main cabin door. All personal cellular telephones
Alright,
must be turned
beacon.
off and stowed for the duration of the flight. Flight attendants, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, and verify straps.
Won't be needing that. Okay. So we're looking good. Oh yeah, we can turn this off. Thank you. Since we're not using ATC. Oh, you know what I did not do? So sorry. Alright. Now while they are aligning, we can go ahead and next, hold on. Alright, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, I just want to come over here and opening up my notes for my ultimate ground crew. So that's Pushback. Here we go. Alright. So we can say Pushback sequence, computer defined. So where y'all at? There they come. Excellent. We got our wing walkers and the whole nine. Okay, that tug is a little small for this plane, but we're just going to let it roll for now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Alright, I want to check something. I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to try this again. Cockpit to ground. No, first we got a pushback sequence, and we'll say computer defined. That's more like it.
Ground to flight deck.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. So I thought I enabled voice, but maybe not. So let's just go on in the interest of time.
Go ahead. Communication check, please, and confirm the brakes are set. Communications are okay and the brakes are set. Alright, thanks.
So we're just going to roll with it, because we got stuff to do. Alright, so we want to be facing south.
We are ready for pushback and engine start facing south.
Roger, facing south, release brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
Where are my wing walkers? The wing walkers! He has got a pep in his step. There she goes. Alright. So let us, instead of admiring all of that, let's get to the business of starting our aircraft. So,
Okay, starting engines.
You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
great, because that's what I'm doing. as they start. Let's go back here. Okay. Why are none for O'Hare loaded? I have no idea. What just happened? Go ahead.
Communication check, please, and confirm the brakes are set.
So let's get here. Communications are okay and the brakes are set. And I think he already responded to that, so we won't worry about that too much. Ground from cockpit.
Go ahead.
Confirm all ground checks complete and we're cleared to pressurize the hydraulics.
All ground checks are complete and you're clear to pressurize the hydraulics.
Excellent. But guess what? I already did it, so shh, don't tell him. Okay. So now we will go and say we are ready for pushback and
Sure.
engine start. We are ready for pushback and engine start. Tail south. I actually meant to say north. Damn.
Roger, tail south, release brakes.
I wonder if I can change that. We are ready for pushback and engine start. Tail north. It's too late. Okay, so we'll just have to go with it. Brakes released.
Okay, commencing pushback.
All right, let's go ahead with this start.
Go ahead.
Go ahead from cockpit.
Cleared to start
Okay,
engines.
starting engines. Roger, clear to start engines. Start both engines.
Thought you might want to get a peep of this.
You are clear behind and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Woo! A little early. What are you gonna do? Check out my wing walker. Because he has got a pep in his step. But then so does she. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Excellent. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but the Dash 10 variant is on par with the 777. This thing is huge. I'm loving this. You know, I think I've just...
Pushback is complete. Set parking brakes, please.
Brakes are set.
Roger.
Okay, so while I'm doing this, this just gave me an idea. Oops. Let's go back to my external. This is actually an idea for another camera view for my what do you call it?
Okay, the tow bar is disconnected
Chase plane.
and the equipment is clear.
So that's great. And then we'll add, and we're going to call that number 2. And then I'm going to assign it a number 7. All right. Sorry. And what we're going to do is move this position. Now, what he's doing down there, I have no idea. Okay, so now we should say thanks, you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a safe flight.
Well, thank you. Now I gotta make sure he's like gone because I don't want him to get eaten up by an engine. There you go. Alright, we are done with that. So let's taxi to our runway, which is unfortunately behind us. And let's go here to our anti-ice. Recall. Auto brake is set. Ground equipment clear.
Go ahead.
Now we're putting on a flaps 5. I have this like highly sensitive SATEC throttle thing, and it just does not know where it wants to be. Alright, there we go. Clear on the left. Okay, so we have armed. Hey, don't you come over here. We're here first. I tell you, this is the pains of what happens when you do a flight and you do not have air traffic control.
Thanks. So long. Have a good flight.
We covered that, didn't we? It's all right. We're just keeping it pushing. Excellent. Bring our throttles back a bit. Now we got a ground speed of 21. 22. We can bring that back. I brought my throttles all the way back, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of brake. Slow us down a bit. As soon as I line up with this particular taxiway, take a look out of the window, get a glimmer or glimpse of our surroundings. Beautiful. I'm gonna deal with that in just a second. I wonder, maybe, well, I got an idea. But let's just get this taxi over with, and when I can pause and deal with this throttle, because this is unacceptable. So I'm noticing just a few differences in the cockpit graphics. Very nice. Alright, we're gonna brake right at this next, right here. There we go. I thought, for the most part, anybody that's engaging in this video really wanted to check out the details and the flow of the Dash 10 variant, so thought I'd just film everything. Then we'll turn south in just a second.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Okay, we're coming up on it right here. Thought I forgot about you, huh? Let's see, is he going to stop for me? No, I didn't think he was going to. Okay, so we're behind you. I can live with that. looks like he's now got clearance, so we'll move up to the line. Wait for our turn. All right. Put on parking brakes. And let's see here. Checklists. Before takeoff. Yeah, that's where we are. And as soon as he's gone, we'll line up and wait. And there he goes. Line up and wait. All right, take off.
Check bro.
That's it.
Now, supposedly they have done a modification to the landing gear to clear rotation. So let's find out.
B1. Rotate. B2.
Let's get off the ground. She's a fat baby. She's a fat baby.
Onto the brake.
You're up.
Gear up. There we go. She looks beautiful.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. I'm flying the flight director on my screen that you can't see, so that's just giving you a chance to see the visuals.
With our flight underway, I'd like to once again welcome you aboard. I'd also like to offer a special welcome to our pilot club flight. You will be earning valuable miles on your flight today. If you're not a member, please visit us at QualityWings.com. In just a few minutes,
After the takeoff checklist.
complimentary meal and beverage service in both first class and third. In coach, beer, wine, and margaritas can be purchased with a debit or credit card. We apologize if we do not accept cash. In-flight entertainment available on this aircraft.
Okay, so now we will set our altitude.
Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Let's just change this to thousands. And now we can just get up to 36. There we go. change our display setting. Flaps up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we got a little bit of the vortices on the wingtip there. Okay, so we are above 10,000 feet, so we can get above our speed restriction. I'm going to go ahead and engage the autopilot.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot in command.
All right, we have officially departed Chicago. So my initial impressions is I am really liking this Dash 10 variant. Okay, I will bring you back when we get to top of climb. So we here are at top of climb, and we are at our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet. Thought I'd give you a couple of views of the aircraft. I mean, the detail is rich. If you want to take a little zoom in here, the 787 Dreamliner, pristine PBR materials, just looking really, really nice. And I love the new livery. Not overstated, but it's United. And I love the blue engine cowling. That's the part that I really get excited about. And this new tail configuration is pretty cool as well. So, should have turned this off, so let me go ahead and do that. There we go. Alright, we have a country to cross, so I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, so after cruising across the United States, we are a little under 80 miles from our top of descent, as you can see right here. Let's just zoom in. So as you can see, we're not far off. I've already prepared and, let's see, got our VSPs, our VREF for landing. Our navs are already put in for our approach. As you saw, we did that at the beginning of the flight. So all we have to do is, get to where we need to be. So Archie is where we'll have a hard restriction of 8,000 feet. And then our approach will have a 3,000 descending into San Francisco International. So I will bring you back when it's time for our descent. Okay, so we are now just about to hit top of descent. If you can tell right here, we are less than 10 miles away, so we should see our plane automatically enter its descent mode in just a second. Beautiful snow-capped mountains. So if we put this VNav, and we can go ahead and turn off our pause at top of descent because I'm here, I'm not out of the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, please check that your seatbelt is securely fastened. To prepare for landing, it will be necessary to collect all service items, as well as any other items you wish to discard, such as newspapers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our descent into San Francisco International. We should be arriving within the next 15 minutes. We want to thank you for flying our airline. I realize that you could have chosen any other courier, but we truly appreciate that you have chosen this one. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Was that like smooth or what? Okay, so there's not going to be a whole lot going on here until we get to transition altitude, so I'll bring you back in a little bit. Okay, so we are now at transition altitude, so we're going to change our barometer back to 2.2987. And by SEAD's waypoint, we should reduce our speed to 250 knots. So we have a little bit to go, but let's go ahead and input that. Drag required. You know, I had this really wonderful conversation in Dulles Airport when I was flying back from Washington, D.C. I was having lunch sitting at this, I guess it was kind of like a trendy, Mongolian bar or what have you. And there was a woman who sat down that was a pilot. And I was like, hey, I showed her a picture of my flight simulator just to let her know that I'm just not just some Yahoo asking her a ton of questions, but she was like, that is an impressive setup. And I was like, thank you. Would you mind if I picked your brain? And she says, oh, I'd love it, go ahead. And so I just had an opportunity to ask her a lot about a lot of flight procedures that commercial airline pilots go through. And one of the things that I wanted to ask her is, so exactly when and how do you slow the plane by 10,000 feet to be under 250 knots? Because sometimes I notice that the planes at some point past 10,000 feet and they never use their air brakes. And she was like, okay, here's what we do. Try this on your simulator. When you get to 11,500 feet, set your vertical speed for 500 a negative 500 feet per minute. And you will find that by the time you reach 10,000 feet, you will have dropped. What happened? Where's my sound?
Traffic. Monitor vertical speed.
I have no idea what just happened. Give me a second.
Clear of conflict.
Okay, it is the craziest thing, but somehow my volume button just like totally dropped down. Like I hit a button that just changed it. Weird. Hope I'm not getting hacked. Jeez. Alright. So we should be at 8,000 or above by Archie, which we are. So we're getting really close. But okay, to complete my thought, she was saying at 11,500 feet, put your vertical speed at 500 feet per minute, and by the time you get to 10,000 feet, you will be below 250 knots. Since we're doing this automatically, I haven't had a chance to try it out, but I was like, oh, that is such good information. Never knew that. It was kind of like a rule of thumb that she was referring to. I hope I cited that properly. But because you know what, I should have had a pen and paper out. But she was really amazed with all the questions that I was asking, and I was just like, she was like, how'd you know to ask that? And I was, well, you know, been doing the flight simming for a while. Love the commercial aircraft. She flew a CRJ 700. Well, actually, interestingly enough, they can fly each variant. So she flew the CRJ 200 through the 900. So she was telling me like the differences in the variants and stuff. But as much as I'd like to get into that, we've got business to do. So now we are below 10,000 feet, and which reminds me, let's go ahead and put our landing lights on. We've got stuff to do. And let's see, how is okay, so now we need to get down to 218 knots, and though we seem to be descending nicely, we're going to need to slow down pretty soon. Okay, so if I could, we don't have time to do what I'd like to do, because really the waypoints that I have input for the aircraft, they're a little off from what I would have for loading those same with the electronic flight bag. But that's fine. We're Gucci. Alright, so let's bring this in here. So let's see. We'll be turning onto our final in just a second, but we are on the proper glide slope, so that's good. But what I do need is for us to bleed off some speed. And right now, we've got our air brakes out. I guess that falls into the category, you can slow down, you can come down, but you can't do both. Alright. Well, bringing our resolution here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our speed intervene. And we're going to go ahead and bring this down to 180. Now with this descent rate, you know, good luck hitting that, but that's okay. We are on our proper slope. So, and there is our airport right there. So not to worry, we're gonna get that speed off. Now we are on the glide slope. So what we're going to do is disengage the autopilot. off auto throttles for a second. We're going to bring throttles all the way back, which are really what they are.
25.
But that's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, please return all seat backs and tray tables to their upright and stowed position. Ensure all portable electronic devices are turned off, and stow all carry-on items. Additionally, footrests and video monitors must be returned to their original position.
Okay.
Flight attendant, please be
So as you can see, we're dropping our speed now very well. So now we'll put it on VREF. A little high, that's okay. We can handle that.
Landing checklist.
I would love to do it, but I don't have a co-pilot and I need to focus on this. So, you have to bear with me. Now, we have a 13 knot kind of head crosswind coming out of the northwest, so that's gonna, it's kind of wanting us to drift a little, but that's all right. We got this. I'm gonna crank up. There we go. And put our auto throttles back on now. Want them to handle that. Yeah, get back up there. Alright. There we go. A little over. Not the prettiest of my landings, but that's alright. We're getting it together. Handling that crosswind.
300. Approaching minimums.
Alright.
Minimums. 200.
Continue. Alright.
50.
Auto throttles off.
30. 20. 10.
Looks like we're crabbing a bit, but that's okay. What are we doing? A little bounce there. I don't mind. Alright, reversers up. Reversers off rather. Spoilers down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. At that time, please remember to check around your seating area, in the seat pockets, and overhead bins for all personal belongings that you brought on board. Please take care when opening the overhead bins, as the contents may have...
Okay, we're going to hold right here just for a second while we decide where we're going to put this bad boy. Let's take a look. What do we have open? Think we can do D57 for our gate. That seems to be the right size. So, oh, they're loading ground textures. Okay. So I'm going to let that load. I'll bring you right back. Okay, it's got all the graphics loaded, so what we will do is we will say that we need a marshaller. And now they want to know, where do I want a marshaller? For the size of what we've got going on here, I'm thinking that I'm going to want it at G102, which places me, yeah, here we go, right there. So we should have it there. Let's get on with our taxiing. Air China over there. Slow down. Don't need to go too fast. There we go. Go. I think we solved where we're going, so we should see the marshaller. Just a second. Alright. I don't know why my SODI is not working, so the gates are not visible, so I apologize about that. Not sure why that's going on, but we're here now, so let's just finish this out. Ah, there's the marshaller. It's a little faint, but that's the dude, I think, right there. So let's be on the lookout for hand signals. So we're going to take this little guide right here. Alright, tell me something now.
Go ahead.
Well, he's just dormant. Oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
Good. I can barely see him now. Alright, so not that you would put chocks in with the engine still running, but what I should have done is put on the APU. I was so busy thinking about other stuff. Okay, so we'll turn on the APU. Bear with me for just a second. Okay, our APU is running, so we can go ahead and cut engines. I can't bring the gates out. I can't bring the jetway over because I don't have them for whatever reason. That's acting crazy. So now we have our cargo doors, and we can go ahead and request deboarding. And there you have it. Not perfect, because I haven't flown the 787 in a minute, but I had to try out this Dash 10 variant, so it's going to get some miles out of me, along with the Dash 8, which I'm, kind of flying a little bit more now as well. But I hope you like this. Hope you like this little flight utilizing the newly released QualityWings 787-10 variant. I love it. I love the paint scheme. I'm going to get some flight in it. In fact, I can use this in my long hauls for my pilot's life, so get some miles out of that. I really appreciate you tuning in. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment and maybe give me an idea where I should be flying to next. With that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the virtual skies.